to broadcast what is happening.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also joined by Zubeida Kanano, who is the president of Editors Guild in the country. Zubeida, that order from the Communications Authority ceasing live broadcast of the ongoing protests in the country, what does that even mean?
It's very unfortunate because we've had this conversation for a long time. We've had cases in court about who is in control of broadcast media. And before I respond to, or let me use the same articles that the Director General of Communication Authority has quoted in the Constitution to see what exactly it says about broadcast in Kenya. Let's go to Article 34 of the Constitution about the media freedom and rights. Article 1 says, freedom and independence of electronic, print, and all other types of media is guaranteed. He should know that first. Mm-hmm. Article 2 of the same Constitution, Article 34, says the state shall not exercise control over or interfere with any person engaged in broadcasting, production, and circulation of any publication. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they're doing. It says in Article 2B, the state shall not penalize any person for any opinion or view or the content of any broadcast publication or dissemination. Mm-hmm. 3, broadcasting and the other electronic media have freedom of establishment subject only to the licensing procedures that are necessary to regulate the airwaves and other forms of signal distribution, and the independence and control are independent. All broadcasting and electronic media are independent of control by government, political, or commercial interests. That is Article 34 of the Constitution. What does the Article 35 that he made reference to say about the rights to information? Article 35 of the Constitution says every citizen has the right of access to information held by the state and information held by any other person that is required for the exercise or protection of any right or fundamental freedom. You know, that is what the Constitution is clear about the rights and freedoms of broadcast media and any form of publication, you know. So what I see, what I read in this is interference. Mm-hmm. They're trying to control media, and that's what they've done, not once, not twice. You remember there's a time they issued directives to shut down media. And we have a case in court, and we succeeded in one, where the government tried to control media through advertising, where they say that if you publish a certain article, if you broadcast certain stories, we are going to deny or withdraw advertising from the media. That is not how we're supposed to run a country. The other day, the report that was released indicated that Kenya is, I think, number 117 in the Media Freedom Index out of 180. It doesn't put us in a good picture as a country. Why can't they let media exercise their duty and mandate to inform Kenyans on what is going on? Mm-hmm. Nganga, if today you left this office and went and something happened to you out there, who would you blame? Mm-hmm. But if you got that information from the media to know which route to take, what to do, how to protect yourself at a time like this, you know, that is the responsibility that we've been given as media. So the government shouldn't, and the Constitution is very clear, Article 34 and 35, the state should not interfere with the work of the media. And you remember there's a case that was filed in court about who has the mandate to regulate the media. Is it Communication Authority or is it Media Council of Kenya? Because the mandate of the Communication Authority is to issue frequencies, you know, and not to control what goes on TV, on radio, on digital platforms, and so on. So long as the information that the media is releasing out there is accurate, verified, and safe for public consumption, I don't see any violation of the Constitution from what media has been doing since Morning Grace.
See, still on news, Zubeida, because now they're saying that the ongoing coverage of the ongoing Maandamano is against the law. This is not the first time that media houses have actually covered protests, not just alone Gen Zs, but protests in general. One may ask, when they talk about it is against the law, which law specific are we talking about?
And that's exactly what has taken us back to the Constitution, because we are guided by the Lord. As media, we are guided by the law. We know what is right and what is not, and that's why we have the code of conduct that gives us the mandate to broadcast, yes, but we have to be very careful about what we put out there so that we don't risk other people's rights. Which right have we violated by informing Kenyans on what is going on in the country? I don't think we've violated any law. And I would want someone to quote which law we've violated by informing Kenyans about what is going on, by informing Kenyans about citizens who've gone to the streets to fight for their rights under the Constitution. Because the Constitution, under the Bill of Rights, gives every Kenyan a right to picket, right to demonstrate. And what we are doing as journalists is to give them a voice, give them a platform to air their grievances, to express themselves. So which law has media in Kenya violated by giving Kenyans a platform to air their views, to air their opinion? Because the Constitution is very clear, and I'm sure that is what guides all media outlets in Kenya. And Article 34 and 35, and we've gone through it. And every Kenyan has the right to access to information. And what we are doing right now as media is giving them the right to access information about what is going on in the country. I don't think media, by doing that, is violating any law or inciting anyone. All we are doing as media is giving everybody a platform to get to know what is going on, you know, because it helps, you know, and it's through these platforms where Article 10 of the Constitution also gives people the right to engage, express themselves, and give their opinion, right? So that's exactly what we are doing as media. We are just creating a platform. We have not, according to me, violated any law by giving the Kenyans as citizens an opportunity to express themselves and access information. That is according to the Constitution. And I would want someone to quote which article exactly media has violated by giving Kenyans an opportunity to express themselves and access information, and for media to express or enjoy the rights given to them under the Bill of Rights. Because media is the only entity that has been given that power under the Bill of Rights that talks about the rights given to Kenyans. Why did media, why did Kenyans vote for a constitution that gave Kenyans all this power? Because we are the watchdog of the society. We are the voice of the people. We are the ones who have been mandated to give them an opportunity to express themselves. So according to me, what the Communication Authority has done today is violating the same constitution that Kenyans voted for.
All right, so Joseph and Sam, I'm going to be coming to you in a while just to shed more light on that. But as I said earlier,